Welcome everyone to our research presentation on future planning for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Researchers and presenters are Shelley Hosman, Pamela Villeneuve, and Sandeep Kaur. We have no relationships with for-profit or not-for-profit organizations. The session program has not received financial or in-kind support. Adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, or IDD, often receive informal caregiving from family members who express concern about what will happen to their children once they are unable to care for them. Long-term care placement is not the best option since many have special needs, such as supervision and cueing, but are independent for transfers and most self-care. Many studies have explored the caregiver's living experiences with adults having IDD. Caregivers expressed a desire to place their adult with IDD in residential care. All studies acknowledge the crucial need for future planning for adults with IDD. These studies also highlighted some of the challenges experienced by caregivers regarding future planning, such as lack of independence and knowledge. Despite the extensive research conducted, a significant gap remains in the understanding and availability of resources for future planning for adults with IDD in the specific context of Northern Ontario. The aim of this study is to explore the experiences of family caregivers related to future planning for their children who are adults with IDD in Northern Ontario. Adults with intellectual disabilities are persons 18 and older with significant limitations in intellectual, reasoning, learning, problem solving, and in adaptive behavior, including social and practical skills. Caregiving is care provided by a parent or guardian that includes significant required time to provide adequate care for personal care such as grooming and hygiene, daily activities, routine, financial care, provision for housing, food, necessities, lifestyle, and interpersonal care. Future planning refers to the establishment of a plan for various facets of caregiving for the future when the current caregiving practices are unable to be upheld by the care provider. An interpretive descriptive study was completed with one-on-one, semi-structured, in-depth interviews of 4 participants. Results of the research study revealed that participants have some general planning for future care, but these plans are dependent on the uncertainty of the future. Due to not currently requiring care to be provided to their children, parents do not feel pressured to formalize plans. Caregivers of adults with IDD commonly expressed constant worry, fear, and sadness in their planning for how their child will be cared for with love and respect when they are not able to. Caregivers expressed that definite plans may not be ideal for them at this current time. Perhaps due to the feeling of not needing to care immediately, families have a lack of knowledge related to the process, such as where to start, where to access resources, and how to start planning. Participants often stated a lack of personal support in assisting to care for their child with IDD, where government funding for respite care ends at age 18. Families then often must rely more so on extended family members. There are currently limited resources for planning. There is a focus on financial setup for younger adults with IDD. There is no guidance provided for navigating the decision-making process to determine a plan for future care. Approval from the Northern College Research Ethics Board was obtained. Informed consent was obtained, confidentiality and appropriate storage of the data was upheld. Our study addresses rigor and trustworthiness through credibility, auditability, and finiteness, with specifics detailed on our poster. We are happy to share further details, answer questions, or provide a full reference list upon request. Thank you.